Hi, Niru.
Rudra, good morning. Good evening, actually, for you, right?
Yeah, it's evening. Hi, good morning. Sorry for the last time.
No
The
worries.
day before, I thought it was on 25th. Then this the
Yeah,
time zone
September.
issue. It was on 24th for you, 25th. I don't know. That's got confused, and I couldn't make it last time. I was on the road. I was driving.
No worries, no worries.
Um,
Shall we start?
sure. Yeah.
I'm just sharing my screen.
And this is being recorded, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So I'll have access to this later.
exactly.
Okay.
So my screen is there for you, right?
Yeah, I see your screen.
Okay, good. So firstly, I just want to understand some of the concepts from you, whether you are clear on that or not. And if it's not, then we'll just cover those, the beginner stuff. Then we'll hop on to our scripting side.
Sure.
Okay. So ServiceNow, I am assuming you're like familiar what is ServiceNow environment, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And you do have your PDI with you, right?
I do. Yeah.
Cool. And then we have some of this stuff which is like ServiceNow terminology only, like application navigator, header bar, means workspace. Are you aware about those things?
Yeah. I am.
Cool. Application menus and modules,
Yeah.
lists and forms, like how to configure those things, right? Like how to personalize the lists if you want to have a look at some specific field, right? How to get those things done. Are you aware about those? Like condition.
Yeah, like if I am like if you tell me do this, I will do this. But then if you ask me a question, how do I do this? Because there are a few different things, right? Like
Hmm?
three different ways to do edit things and all that. So I get a little confused on that. But it's like I know what it is and how to do all that stuff. If you ask me to, bring this up, go this, bring, take this down and all that stuff, hide this, I'll do that.
Okay, perfect. And along with the condition builder side also, right? You'll be able to like filter the conditions and reference
Oh,
field.
here for the filter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
for filter. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
cool. Personalized thing and all that stuff you're aware about, right?
Yeah, the filter personalize. Yeah, yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. And form actions and save options, like how to save the form, how to update the form, all those buttons which are there for form.
Like insert and stay and update
Exactly.
and yeah,
Perfect. Yeah,
yeah.
right. And application scope will cover that, right? And then we do have one thing is like update sets.
I know what is update state. But I have not worked on it, so I don't. I don't. I wouldn't say I know this.
That we will create, but you know about that update sets, right? How to get that those things will get customized, like customizations will get attached to the update set, like specific update set. Then we can just move those updates from one environment to another. Those things are aware
Yeah,
of, right?
yeah. That concept, I'm aware of that concept.
Yeah. How to create one we will be doing in our this session only. Like once we'll start with the development part,
Mhm.
right? Then we'll cover that. Roles in service now, users in service now, right? All that stuff.
Yeah, I know roles, I know groups, and how to assign a role, how to put someone in a group, and those sort of things. I can do that too.
Cool. Backend versus service portal is the thing which is not okay. Are you aware about the service portal part?
I know service portal again. It's like update set. I know what service portal is and how things work there, but I haven't worked on it like
Yeah.
myself. So yeah,
Basically,
like
not using service now portal.
yeah, but I wouldn't say it. I know that.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Basic things like how to configure the forms, form layout, form designs.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. When you asked about that, right? So I know form layout, form design, but then if you ask me, how would you know,
Uh,
change something or something, I'm like, I'll be confused. I'll probably go to all three of those, and then I'll see which one sticks.
yeah, anything will work. Yeah, that's there. You can use like any one of those three
Yeah,
options:
but
form design,
y-
form render, and form layout.
yeah, but I don't necessarily know why we have all three and what's the difference between these three and
It's just a
uh
usability thing with the different versions. We got the different options, and ServiceNow doesn't like ServiceNow does believe in like providing backsport like compatibility. So that's why we all three options we have. So yeah.
Yeah, and for what activity you would recommend, I mean, from layout or from design, or that I'm not sure.
I think so form design and form builder you can go with, because sometimes form layout does like create some issues when we are moving the updates from one instance to another instance.
Mhm.
So more trustworthy products are form design and form builder, I'll say, with the experience. But
Okay,
it's not document anymore. But yeah, with an experience, I can say that form design and form builder is like pretty much yeah trustworthy thing on that over the form
okay,
layout.
okay.
These days, instance is really slow for PDIs. Have you also facing the same issue or not?
I don't think I was waking it up. I haven't. It's probably yeah. It's there. I don't know if it is slow. I haven't tried it. It's working up now though.
For me, it's really slow. Yeah, never mind. We'll just manage somehow. Technical field names.
Um, what do you mean taken? Like a
Let's
dictionary info, all that
yes, yes, yes. For example,
label and
yes. One is your label, one is your backend name, right? When you are going anything with the scripting, right? You will be every time you will be using the backend names of it, because that you can't change in future. Labels you still can change, right? That's
yeah.
why yeah, we used to do every each and every development on the backend names.
So name and label is what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yes, yes, right. And once you will wake up your instance and once you will install this SN utils ka extension, right? This is the one.
yeah. I did install it. I haven't seen what it is though. You told me the other day, so I installed it.
Cool, cool, cool. So we have like backslash ka command and tn. Then you will be able to access all those backend names. Get it handy with this thing. This is like useful thing
So
for
sorry, this is SN util or this is
SN util only. So once you install this SN util, right? So once you click on this backslash, right, you will be getting like so many commands to it,
oh, okay,
right? So technical name tn is the one command which will give you the technical name for all labels which is there on your form, like screen.
okay, okay, okay.
There on your form, right? Whether you're in form view, list view, doesn't matter. Once you click on this technical name, it will give you all technical names, including this thing will works in workspace views also. As
Okay,
one
but
of the
this is
Mhm.
probably on my PDI. I can't probably use it on my office laptop.
It has
So
nothing to do with that thing. It's just an SN Utils ka plugin. If you're able to install it with PDS also, it's work. It's just that you need
yeah,
this
that's what I'm saying. I won't be able to install anything on any um,
not even
on
the
my
Chrome
browser. Right?
extensions. Not even the Chrome extensions
I don't think I can. No,
related to ServiceNow also. Is it? You guys
I
have
mean
it?
I probably would require approvals and all that sort of thing. I don't think. But yeah, but uh, okay, and I don't think I can install it. But I know I've installed it on my laptop, personal one. Um, so I'll see how that works.
Cool, 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 cool. And then we have related lists.
I know what is a related list. Towards the end of the form, you see that, and those things I know. But nothing in depth.
In depth, we don't even need that. We just do this. Group
Okay,
users.
I know groups and users. And as I said, I can add people to groups and roles and users. Yeah.
And basic development components that we'll cover while doing our projects. So I'll be just mostly things you know about those things. One is update sets and configurations which we'll cover in our ongoing sessions.
Okay.
So this those things will be covering for you, Rudra. So scripting part, right?
Mm.
Before going directly to the scripting part, first we'll start with the our update set, creation of this custom application, and some of the foundation data for our application. Right? Those things we'll
Okay.
cover today. Okay. So to create this
And
application, Mhm.
just a quick question here. Would we also, I mean, like create a transfer map and upload data and
Yeah, those things will get covered. We'll cover those
okay.
things also. Like once you will cover those business, all the scripting part, right? Then we'll see transfer maps, how to get those data from third party sources, right? Those things will also be covering.
And will we touch on integrations as well?
Integrations also, if you want it to be. But
Yeah, yeah, please.
yeah, integration will be doing like integration between two ServiceNow instances just to understand the concept of integration. How does it work? Yeah, if you have some of the like third party apps for like the free version or any of the paid version, if you're gonna provide me those credits, then we can think of doing the integration between third party apps also.
I mean, I can wait. Okay, I can get a trial version or something, and then we can see if we can do something with that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And that we can do, yeah. But I think so for those things will be requiring extra classes. So yeah, it depends how it goes, like how fast we will cover these things, then we'll just yeah cover
Okay.
the budget. Then okay. So to create the applications, you will go for App Engine Studio. Right?
Okay.
So that I've already with me.
So for any scripting, we go to App Engine Studio, or just for to create an application.
Create an application. When you're creating an application from scratch, right? As of now, so everything is in global.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to create some specific
Okay.
application for you, right? So for our project, we will be covering the help desk ticketing system, right? Through this
Mm-hmm.
project, we will learn all these custom applications and table creations, business rules, client scripts, your policies, actions, like all configurations, which will come in the service nothing, right? Like
Okay.
transfer maps, you won't mention it. That will also be covering in that part. Integrations you can also cover in that part, right? So
Okay.
that will be creating one custom application for us.
Okay. And just quick question. So if something is existing and
Mhm.
I'm trying to make a change and run some scripts and to make some changes, that will cover later.
Can you come again? Come again? Come again?
Like if something is existing, right?
Uh-huh.
Like for example, let me think of, okay. So for example, there is a table, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this table is being used by, let's say, finance and IT, or say, let's say, finance and HR.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now they both use the same table because let's say it's in my GRC language, I'll say, let's say, controls, right?
Okay.
But then HR wants a new few fields that IT doesn't want, and IT wants a few fields that HR doesn't want, right?
Yes.
So they open those fields, so and then they see those fields that they need and not the fields that they don't need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it. I totally got it. So to implement these kind of scenarios, now the things which will do like cover whole parts, client scripts, UI policies, right? We'll be covering all those things. So for with these
So so let's say
configuration,
that, sorry, so let's say I'm saying, let's say the control form exists, right? Now
mm-hmm.
if I want to go back and go there and make some changes, definitely need some business rules, scripts, and script includes, right? So do I do that? I have to do that on that page, right? And so will we cover that, or I don't know how that works, but I'll leave it to you.
Once you will cover this, then you will be able to understand like how to implement these kind of scenarios,
Okay.
right? So for example, if for example, two persons are like one person is working in your finance department and other one is working in HR department, right? So they must have
Right.
some different roles associated with them, right? So one
Mhm.
gonna have like some finance kind of role and other one gonna have like some HR kind of role, which will differentiate both persons, right?
Right.
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 So you can write some client scripts or UI policies respective to those rules, right? If that login user is with containing this role, right? So make
Mhm.
this field, hide this field for that user, right? Those kind of
Okay.
things. And then we do have other concept is like view and view rules, right? Where you can create different views for the different persons.
Okay. So we will cover that, right?
The view and will not go in that much depth like view and view rules, because those are like the basic stuff. Once you will start working on these things, right, you will be able to understand like on its own.
Okay.
you will get approach to implement one or two things, right? Different approaches. Then you can explore on your own, like what all other things I can do with different approach. Well,
Okay.
those things you'll be able to get those parts also.
Okay.
But I try to cover maximum for you. Like if you, like for example, now only you got that scenario, right? So we came to know about view and view rules also.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll try to cover maximum for you. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Now, first we'll start with the creation of local update sets. For that, you can search for local update sets. We'll create new update set. Instance. Just something today. Right, in progress, you can submit and make current. So now whatever the whenever whatever configuration changes you will be doing, right? Like creating new table, creating new field, those all things will get captured in your update set.
Okay.
Right. So if you want to move your instance, like configurations from one instance to another, for example, from your dev environment to test environment, right? You can directly move your update sets to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we'll create application. That thing we have already covered for creation. Like, to create the application, so you need to go to the App Engine Studio. Okay. Under App Engine. Once you will click on that, right, you will like redirect to this page.
Okay.
Right? From there, you can start creating the application. If you have some application form, if you have application in ServiceNow format, right? If you have then updates it, you can simply go with import it. But for now, we'll just start with create app.
So here on the import app, you import an update server also, is it?
Exactly, yeah. You can import like whole
Okay.
your application within package, like yeah.
Okay.
It won't be update set. It will be like APK kind of thing that you can do. Right? We'll just the name of that and this ticketing system. We describe this. If you want to attach like any image to it, and just continue. Right? Now, if the basic role is of like admin role, as of now we are going, and the other one is user role, right? If we'll
Yeah.
be using those kind of roles for like to create those configurations, we'll be using admin role. And for the users to access the data, we'll be using the user role. You can also modify these things also.
Okay.
Right? If you want to add a role, you can do that also. So Rudra, is your PDI up? You can use your PDI. I hope so. Like, if it's up for you.
Um, let's see. Uh,
Mine is taking so much time.
abstract. Say attention. Let me try create that same thing. You said, could you uh, send me the description?
I'll just bring you that.
Okay. Okay, it's creating this app. Let me see if it comes up and let you know. I am on the same screen. Oh, I got past. So, do you want me to share my screen then?
Working for you?
Yeah, it is.
Can you share the credits with me if it's possible? I'll just
My username
yeah
and password.
PDI your PDI. I'll just open that PDI. Okay.
Okay, let me
You
see.
can just create one user and make an admin control and just give me that.
You want my username password, or you want me to create an admin and give you that?
I think will work for me. Whatever like feels right to you.
Yeah, I'll just, you know what, I'll give you my, I don't know, 1 second. Let me get the password. Uh, okay. So, here's the password. And here's the username.
Instance.
Oh, okay. You want, shit, yeah, okay, sorry. Let me get that for you. I give you the whole stuff. Okay, sorry. Don't use that. That's then may not, that'll not work. Here's the instance
Perfect.
and admin, and then this is the password.
Yes. Good. Now
So
what?
they, so
Yes.
it says application scope help desk is because I created that.
So you have already created those applications, right?
I did create that. Yeah.
You haven't created the update set yet, right?
No, nothing. No.
Just create the update set then. Yeah, default by when you are creating the application, default update set associated to the application will get created, right? But I'll create one new update set so that it's specific for our changes. And whatever things we will not be requiring, we'll just move those things to default update set.
Okay.
These application scope and updates that are coming from your assist this thing. You will click on that, it will show you the whole part. From there you can easily switch to the applications, you can easily switch to the update sets.
Okay, so application should be what?
It's an application scope. It's your application in which you're gonna start working on it.
Okay, so I make changes on that application. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, and updates it is that. But what's the
Mhm.
default application scope then?
Default application scope is your global.
So we shouldn't be working on that, is it?
No, we will be creating like one whole different application for all our changes.
Okay.
So first we'll start creating the tables, right? For that, you can click on tables, right? Just under system definitions, you will get an option to create the tables.
Yeah.
The first table, so I'll be providing this repository to you, right? From there, you can like do things. Under tables, we have this table structure ka format. First table we will be creating is ticket table. Once you will get this list, click on this new button. Table name will be ticket table, right? Backend name will come on its own. First, it will
Yeah.
append this application ka scope by
Yeah.
the up till this one, and then the ticket thing, this thing from your label, right?
Okay.
Now we have functionalities extends table, right? Extends table means, for example, when you're extending one table to another table, so all its functionality from the parent table will come onto its child table also,
Yeah.
right? For example, our incident table, our change request table are usually extended from our task table,
Yeah.
right? So the same
Yeah.
thing we'll do here also. We'll be extending this table also from the task table.
This is the task. Gotcha.
Right? And then when we have some options as create module, create mobile module, as of now we can ignore. When you want to import those things to mobile application, then you can go with create mobile module as also, right? It will get ticket will get created under some module if you want some new application, right? As of now, we want this module to come into the new application, right? And new menu name we want to give it as, it's like help desk. Under help desk, you will be creating one module as ticket modules. Right? We'll just save the
Okay.
once you will save like any record, right? Once you will save any table ka record, by default you will be getting like 6 fields. As of now, we are getting so many fields because we have extended this table from task table, right? But by default, we used to get only 6 fields, which is like this, like created by, updated, and updated by, created by, and one is your count, like how many times this form got saved, right? So those are some of the system fields which will get automatically created when you are and one is sysID, which will automatically get created when you are creating any of the table. Now we have extended from task. We got so many fields from a task table also.
Okay.
For the first field we'll be creating is like ticket number. Right?
Okay.
For ticket number, one thing you can do is either you can create one field as string field, right? And then you
Mhm.
write logic to it, which will generate auto ticket numbers, right? Or other things, ServiceNow provides us the, you can go with auto number kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
With prefix, you can mention like any prefix. Like for example, here we are mentioning the prefix as TIC, right? And then number ka reference number and how many digits it will be. So once you will save this record, right? Once you will save this configuration, you will get one field onto the columns, which will be a number field. You can search it with the type as number. Just refresh. The type will be string only. There it you will get the number field. Right? This is the one. So once you will save those configurations, this number field will get created.
Okay, I have to make any changes to this. I have to go global.
Because that one is coming from your this thing,
Global.
uh,
Yeah.
task table.
Yeah. Yeah. See. And task table is global, right?
Task table is your global thing only.
Yeah.
Right? Now we'll create rest of the fields.
But then if I make any changes to that,
If you want to
that
make
is
it now, we do have some dictionary overrides for concept. For example, I'll just open any one record for you. Problem task is also extended from the task table. We do have some options where uh, you can only modify these things, like your reference qualifier, your dependent. Only these things you can modify. For example, your number field is read only for task table, right? But for your table, you want it to be editable, right? Those kind
Mhm.
of things you can modify. For example, if you want to make this override for your thing, right? For your table, right?
Yeah.
Those kind of things you can do. For example, for you it's mandatory. Mandatory should be true. For you, you want it to be read only. You can mark it as read only.
Why do I have to click on both override and, for example, override read only and read only?
Override mandatory, you want to undo the behavior of this. You want to override the behavior of mandatory for task, like for this number field, right? And then how you want it to be, whether you want it to be mandatory, it should be mandatory, or it should not be mandatory.
Okay, makes sense. Okay.
Override mandatory is to check the behavior, like whether you want to override the behavior, and mandatory, whether which value you want to move, like which value it should be, whether it should be
So
mandatory, it should be true.
so if it is mandatory and I don't want to keep it mandatory, then I click only on override mandatory, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So if like if on task table it's mandatory, right? But for you it won't be mandatory.
Sure. Yeah. Clear.
Those kind of things you can do, right? And just submit it. Some concept we got. Right? And now we'll start creating the different fields so that we can understand the different types associated to those. This one we have done. Now other one we have is category field. Create new field which is of choice type field. Right? Everything is category. Backend name will take comments on. Then we have choice list specification, whether you want those choices to come as include none option also, or if you don't want it to be none, it doesn't include none, then you can go with drop down with none. And or you can provide the default value also. For example, if you're going with without none, right? So you'll be having like 3 to 4 values. So what value should be default value that you can provide here? Now we'll just save the form.
So when I add drop down here, then how do I add drop down here?
Which one?
So it's a drop down without none, right? So fine.
Yes.
If I want to add choices here, how do I add choices here?
So once you will
Okay,
save,
choice list.
uh, scroll down, you will be getting the option for choices.
Okay.
Okay, we'll start creating some of the choices. For example, first is hardware. If this one is its backend name and this one is its label. Okay, and this one is the sequence. How those sequence should be there. For example, hardware is at the top, right? And then hint or these dependent values will like, for example, dependent value. If you want to get this value from some other, if it depends on some other thing, right? For example, you have one as category and the other one is your subcategory, right? And now when you are selecting the hardware, your subcategory is laptop, mobiles, phones, right?
Right.
So
Okay.
then in that case, we'll be making the dependent value as your category ka value here. Those
Uh,
we can do.
how do we do that? Could we see
We'll
how to
just
do that?
write the backend name to it.
Like for backend for what?
Example, I'll cover this thing when we'll come to this subcategory part. Though it's a string field,
Okay.
but
Oh, okay. Okay. We're going there. Okay. Fine.
we'll create rest of the choices. Hardware, software. Then just set the form. Okay. So we have covered our choice field also. Now our next field is subcategory, right? Okay, and go to this table part. Right click on new. Type is, as of now, they have mentioned the string field category. For this dependent field, we'll just see if we get like any field, then we'll just cover that concept also. For string field, you need to like mention maximum length can it be. As
Mm-hmm.
of now, I'm just giving the 125 and just submit the record. Other one we have is affected user. So this one is kind of reference field. So reference field is basically, for example, now affected user is one field which will take the values from your different table, right?
User table, right?
Yeah,
This user. Yeah.
exactly. So this field type gonna be at the reference field, right?
Yeah.
Uh, for when you are selecting the reference field, if you will have a look at this reference specification section is there, it's mandatory. We will be selecting the reference table. For example, in our case, we have mentioned this is user table, right? That will select. And then we have some of the reference qualifier conditions for it. Which will be like what all data should be there when we are selecting the affected user, right? For example, first thing which we want is active should be true, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can in like add as many conditions as you want, whichever like suits your scenario. For example, if you are dealing with the finance thing, right, then you can select only those users for which the role is associated with the finance person, right? Those all things you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is about the reference field.
And how do you do that? Based on groups?
If it's
Like if
based
it,
on groups,
like what kind of filter would you add? Like if you want to add, let's say, only finance, the the groups.
I'll just switch it to advanced view in that case. Right. When you're selecting the groups, for example, now it's again different table, right? To it, right, which is not directly coming up with the user ka table, right? For those things, you have to write a script.
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you will have a look at it, the reference, we do have like different types of reference qualifier. This one is a simple reference qualifier, right? If you want to write some script to it, right, then you can mention the advanced qualifier, where you can write a script, for example, that will go with this syntax JavaScript, right, colon, and then you can mention any of your script include, which we'll do in further lectures, right, further sessions. Then you call that script include, which will give you the which will return you some of the sysids or some of the query which we have just built, like activist 2 is one query, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either you can pass those queries, or based on that it will filter the data. Those
Okay.
things you can write, right?
And we will touch this later in some
Yes,
later
yes.
classes, right?
We'll be writing the scripts, and then you can just incorporate this script onto your this reference qualifier part.
Okay.
Right? So for now, we are going with a simple reference qualifier condition. One more option we have is dynamic reference qualifier. So if you will have a look at it, I'll just show you that also. Design 2, you will get an option is dynamic, right? And then your option getting option is me one of assignments, right? So these kind of filters are dynamic filters.
Okay.
This one is covering that part. Like you can like you can create some dynamic filters to it. So if you have some dynamic filters defined, right, then you can use this dynamic filter. This one you can do. You can
Yeah,
select
I'm not.
dynamic reference
Yeah.
qualifier from there. Just remove that option.
So what does that dynamic really mean?
Okay. For example, when you are
And
working on your help desk.
Anirudh,
Mhm.
Anirudh, if I'm digressing and you think you will touch that later in some of those classes, feel free to tell me like you will touch that later, so we don't digress.
No, dynamic thing we'll just cover it today only. Like it's just the
Okay.
concept kind of thing. We will not be like doing proper coding for this one. It's just the concept.
Okay.
Touch all those concepts, which will be like getting those, right. The script part we will cover that, right, but
Mhm.
concept you can like get this thing, right. Now you're working on this one application, right. So in that application you will be using some of the filter options, which is like, which will be static kind of thing. Whenever you are touching any of the user, right, in any of the table, right,
Mhm. Mhm.
that user will also be will always be from the financial groups, if these kind
Mhm.
of scenarios, right. So you
Mhm.
won't be like doing each and everything again and again, right. For example, in table 1 you have one field is user, right. In that again you want to design some reference qualifier, getting all those finance users, right. Second table
Mhm.
again we have one field as affected user, which is also covering the same thing, right. And then in the list view also you only want to see those users which is financial users. Every time you will not be doing the script thing, right. So what you can do is you can make this dynamic filter option,
Okay.
right. So it's an option kind of thing, you can select it anywhere, right. If you're if any of the user is coming onto your table, right, he will also get that option to have a look only those users which is PA contributors, so only those users which are financial users, right. So these kind of things when we are defining, those are kind of dynamic filter options.
Okay.
So this concept we have, but it is not like we are using much in our industry. Mostly we used to go with the simple reference qualifier and advanced reference qualifier.
Okay.
So yeah, for now we'll go with the active as true user, right?
And we will touch the advanced part later someday.
Dynamic one.
No, the advanced one.
Was this
No,
condition?
advanced. I meant we'll touch that later, right?
Advanced view you meant?
No. Advanced reference qualifier.
Yeah. Advanced reference qualifier is just the thing when we are covering the scripting partner, you'll be able to understand on its own how to get the script called. It's just that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just about scripting part.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want some parts to be covered later specifically, you can just start noting down those parts, so we'll cover like parallelly.
Okay.
When we'll come to the scripting thing.
Okay.
Right? Just make a note of it, like when whatever we're saying, like we'll be covering next, like in our further sessions, right? So if I forgot or if we miss something, right, so that at that point we can cover that.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So are we good on this reference field, right? Reference type field. Any doubt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not so far. No.
Let me just get back to this table thing. For that, I'm using this table, this SNUtil table in self disk. Our table name was ticket, right? It was not help desk.
So there is already one table with ticket label exists, is it?
Yes, it must be in the global scope. Let's check it. Yes. It's an out of box table. I'm not sure for this, for what they are doing this thing, but for us, it's this one. I hope so. You right. So whenever we are creating the custom tables, right, it will either scope with the application thing, right? And if you're working on this global application, if you're doing like creating any table, any field, it will always be starting with u underscore. Okay. So if it's
Yeah.
this thing only, then you can just assume like you can get it
Out
like
of box.
out of box thing. Yes. Affected user we have done. Now other type is contact type that you can create on its own, because the choice field we have already covered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we have some of the resolution notes. This one is, I think so, out of boxes also. If it comes with this thing or not, let me just check that with task template is coming or not. We do have this notes. Yes. Or you can create new field like resolution notes, right? And then resolve that. We'll just cover it because of its new type, which is date time type. We'll create new field. It will be a date time field. Column label is resolve that. So resolved at field will be for this whenever the ticket status will move to the resolved state, right? We want this thing to be auto populated, right? We won't make it editable, right?
Right.
For that thing, we are making it read only. The logic
Okay.
bit will write when we are covering the business rules or client script to it, right?
Okay.
So we want this field to be read only. Resolved by is again the same person, like sys user field, reference field that you can create. SLA due date is again the date time field, right? You can create this field and make it as read only. Because that again, when we are attaching any SLA to it, right, will be like auto populating the due date of it. Okay? Customer satisfaction is your choice field. Now that one you can also create, right? And
This
then,
is okay.
yeah,
This we add for ourselves.
pardon?
Okay, this okay. No. I was just thinking this will add on the ticket field.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Customer satisfaction data,
form.
right?
Okay,
Those fields like which we have already covered, right? And pending fields you can create, right? Once you'll get the time of it. And then we have second table is ticket category, right? Those I think so. Again, you can do on its own because it will be like ticket category. You will create new table to it, right? And then the same way we have created the ticket table, right? But this time it is not even extending from the your task table. Okay, just create
so
simple.
this
Mhm.
this is not extending any table. Okay,
Yes, so it will be creating only 6 fields which will be contained by default, and then these of the 3 or 4 fields. These 5 fields will come. Total 11 fields will be there for ticket category table.
okay.
Okay, and then we have another table is knowledge base. Again, the same simple table that again will not be extending from any other table, right? Just give me a moment, Rudra. Yes, sorry for that. Right. So those tables again.
So when do we create so many tables?
Mhm.
When do we create so many tables?
When do we create so many tables? Because that's gonna be requirement for us, right? So when you're dealing with like any of you are aware about databases, right?
No. I'm saying when do we create? Like we only have
Mm-hmm.
few classes and only 1 hour to do, and I can try and create some of ours, but these are too many tables to create.
We have like, yeah, 4 to 5 tables. Yes, it won't take much of your time if you will sit on it now. It won't take much. It won't even take half an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. While creating those tables, only will come to like different concepts and different things with you. This is kind of the foundation data will be like doing.
How many tables can we actually create on an PDI? Like, isn't there a limit?
Creation of tables. Hello.
Yeah, I mean, how many tables can we really create on a PDI?
On a PDI, we don't have like limit kind of thing. But when you are dealing with some service now environment, right? When you're going with go live, then we do have some restrictions. If we are going like some bucket is there, if you're going beyond that, then you have to pay extra to it. Like some
Right.
less restricted kind. Yeah. But with PDI, we
But
don't have any restriction.
okay, okay,
Yeah. Right. So once you will set up this data, right, then we'll cover some of the further stuff like scripting and all that stuff. So you want me to start with those concepts today only because it's already 7:54. You want me to start with those concepts today only, or we can start tomorrow also? On
Whatever
this,
works for you, I'm okay.
let's just start scripting from tomorrow, and today you can just spend your time in creation this foundation things, right? If you will get some time, then it's fine, or just let me know. Can I just create one user onto your this thing, onto your instance, if it sounds fine to you?
Sure.
Then I'll just, if I'll get some time, then I'll just set up the data, right? Let's just go to this. If you remember, we have created one module, right? So that
Uh,
visible here.
yeah. What do we name help desk? No.
What we did name it?
Uh,
Help desk only, no? Help desk tickets.
Tickets. But then we didn't create standard ticket or standard ticket configuration or anything.
The data we haven't created it yet, but yeah.
No, not that. So in the application left panel, we see help desk and then you see tickets. Then you see standard ticket and standard ticket. We did create those two
This one
standard
is
tickets.
no, this one is out of the box thing. R is this one, help desk,
Desk and tickets. Okay.
right? This one is out of box. I mean, yeah, this one is ours. Help desk tickets. Now I'll just create one user so that I can access it. Okay, so yes, I'll just copy this thing. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So Niru, when do I get access to this recording?
Can you just check with Satya, or I'll just ask him to connect with you for this thing.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you,
Any
Niru.
questions so far?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Any questions or any doubts so far?
No, 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 nothing so far. I think I'll again check. The reason I asked for recording is I'll see how to create the tables. I mean, I saw it, no questions on that, but it just didn't stick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just see the video and see if I can create something tomorrow. I can't do anything today, so maybe tomorrow.
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you, Niru.
Yeah.
Take care.